Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Cerebral Smack Talk live on YouTube.com. It is Girl MF Michael Fletcher alongside Anthony Florio and Michael Bullock. We are awaiting Dee Dee Woodson and hope she will be here tonight. I just sent her a an invite again just moments ago. I think she recalled Miss. Okay, so we're definitely trying to get Dee Dee back in. She will be with us in just a matter of moments, guys. But tonight it is the big one, the last show before SummerSlam. Smackdown live from Greenville, South Carolina, exclusively on the USA Network. We started it off with a promo segment that was done by Charlotte Flair with Carmella and Becky Lynch, as we basically were hyping the triple threat women's title fight at SummerSlam. I'm gonna say it. This was definitely a good segment. Um, it was definitely good in the way for Becky and for Charlotte. They both looked good. Carmella, not so much. Not so much on her part. You know, I get it that she's trying to be a heel, and I like it, and I don't mind it. Then we had a 2-for-1 because it ended up being Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose against Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair. Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair wins the match 10 minutes and 10 minutes and 55 seconds, as it was Becky Lynch getting catching Sonya Deville and catching her with the disarmer. Actually disarmed Mandy Rose for the tap out victory. Not bad, good match, solid fight. I'd probably say about 2 to 2.25 stars. Good match for what it was worth. Overall, I think this was a nice finishing touches to the SmackDown Women's title fight. I think both Charlotte and Becky both look strong. Carmella definitely has to really be very worried now that her title is definitely we'll wait and see if Carmella some way somehow keeps the title, or if the Irish Last Kicker or the Queen ascends the throne of the SmackDown Women's Division. We'll find out on Sunday night at SummerSlam at the Barclays. But with that said, Anthony Floyo, come on in. 2-for-1 segment. Give me your thoughts about the wrap up of the SmackDown Women's title situation.
Well, I'll tell you, MF. But first off, hey, how are you? Nice to see you. Anthony Floyo here for another edition of the Cerebral Smack Talk. Glad to have you with us. And this was a solid segment here. Good jabs from everyone involved. Nice heel heat for Carmella. Carmella was a little iffy, but she had she had that cute little laugh there. So that's all I can say there. We're just gonna leave it at that. Charlotte and Becky, talk about the competitive aspect of everything. So I don't know. I mean, both women's matches at SummerSlam. I mean, no offense, MF, but I think the Raw women's match is probably going to be a smidgen better than this one, considering the talent involved. But hey, Charlotte and Becky can deliver. Carmella, I'm not so sure. It is, without a doubt, she is the weak link here. There's no doubt about it. Charlotte and Becky, world-class athletes. We all know that. So it'll be interesting to see how that all goes down. But like I said, as a segment, it was fine for what it was. There were good jabs from everybody involved. So I'm just going to park it there. As far as the tag match goes, that was made by General Manager Paige. How interesting. It was the two factions that she was a part of, her two running mates in the two factions she was a part of. Charlotte and Becky, along with Paige a number of years ago, were a part of Team PCB. And then late last year, early this year, Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville were with Paige as part of Absolution. So I wonder what's going through her mind at this moment. But As far as the match is concerned, I'm gonna go with smidgen higher, MF. I'm gonna give this about 2.5 stars, maybe even 3 for the effort. I mean, this was another good match, and I continue to enjoy what Becky and Charlotte are doing together in the ring. I'm definitely excited to watch them on Sunday, but I got to be honest, Sonya and Mandy were a little more impressive. I mean, every week it seems like they're getting better, and Sonya Deville is a huge success on SmackDown Live, and the future of the women's division is definitely looking bright, without a doubt. I mean, it will be interesting to see or I should say, who comes out of this on Sunday night as the SmackDown Women's Champion. Of course, Friday night we're going to get into all of this when we have our humongous preview show, which I cannot wait for. So we'll give you a little more info about that at the end of the show. So yeah, not much more to say here. I would probably say the segment was maybe the second best segment of the night, and the match, I probably would say the same thing. I probably would say second best. I probably would say second best all around. Second best segment of the night, second best fight of the night, 2.5 to 3. So really nothing more to say on this. So Michael Bullock, come on in, fresh off another one of our SmackDown chats, and we had fun during the segment. We had a little fun. We also had some more fun during the match. All starts with
Yeah, Hello, friends. This is the Phenom Mike Bullock here for another edition of the Cerebral Smack Talk. I mean, the segment, I thought it was good. I mean, it was the second best segment of the night. I thought Charlotte and Becky, I mean, were really good on the mic. Carmella, I gotta agree with Fletch. I mean, she was not good at all on the mic, and unlike Anthony Florio, I find her laugh very annoying, to say the very least. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. So yeah. So then, as far as the tag team match goes, I agree. I gotta say this was a 2.5 star match. I mean, I like the teamwork of Charlotte and Becky Lynch. You want to give the two of them some momentum going into the SmackDown Women's title match, and I agree. Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville, I thought they looked good in this match, and they continue to get better and better every week. So, and like Anthony said, the women's division, the future of the women's division on SmackDown Live looks really bright. So, yeah, so there's really nothing more that needs to be said. So, 2.5 stars is my rating. Twist Angel D Woodson, come on in, give us your thoughts on this 2-for-1.
Yeah, the segment I would go with, probably the second best because everybody knows my opinion of Charlotte, not Charlotte, of Carmella. Um, Charlotte and Becky did a great job, nailed it as usual. But at the same time, we're trying to build the storyline, get it all prepared for SummerSlam. So, I'm going to go ahead and give it the second best for that, just because of the fact that we are trying to build the storyline for that. As for the match, I'm going to give it about 3 stars because it was also still very storyline based, even though we're going against the 2 former members of Absolution, which I agree they looked very good tonight. They were able to hold their own. So, as usual, we had a really good showing from Becky and Charlotte. And of course, Becky, wanting to put the exclamation point on the whole thing to, kind of like she's been doing lately, showing that, she has what it takes to finish a match. The backstage segment definitely went along with all this, showing that the girls are still friends, even though all this is going on. So, not too much more I'm going to say on it. So, Fletch, it's yours.
All right, guys. So we're just gonna move on to the next thing that we had. That was Well, they had a little bit of a video package of the Miz and Daniel Bryan, basically a build up for the whole shebang. But we'll get into that later in the evening. The next fight that we had was a 6-man tag team fight. It was the members of the New Day versus the members of Sanity. New Day wins it 8 minutes 21 seconds. Anthony Florio, give me your thoughts about this match.
Fight of the night. No doubt about it. This was the fight of the night. 3.5 to 4 stars. I mean, this was a very, very good match. I mean, no matter how many times they meet each other, the New Day and Sanity can always pull out insane moves to make their matches feel special. This was a great TV match as the New Day killed it for a second straight week. This just in, my friends. The Smackdown Live Tag Team Division is on straight fire. That's all there is to say on that. So, yeah, unbelievable match. I mean, Bullock and I had a lot of fun with this match during our SmackDown chat this evening, and a lot of great action throughout, great near falls. I mean, the chemistry is already there. So it just goes to show you the SmackDown Tag Team Division is far better than Monday Night Raw. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. It's a loaded division, and two of the best went at it tonight. And now let's see what happens on Sunday night. Do the New Day become your world famous 5-time champs, or does the bludgeon era continue? We'll find out. So nothing more to say on this. 3.5 to 4 stars. This was easily the fight of the night. Unbelievable match. Bullock, I mean, man alive, did we have fun with this during our SmackDown chat tonight?
Oh, yeah. I mean, this was definitely the fight of the night. 3.5 to 4. I mean, this was, New Day and Sanity. I mean, they certainly know how to put on good tag team matches. And this was just another perfect example of what we saw here tonight. And yeah, and you definitely want to give the New Day some momentum going into their SmackDown tag team title bout against the Bludgeon Brothers. So yeah, so great work by both teams, and I'll tell you, not just the New Day continues to look good, but Sanity, I think, continues to look better and better every single time. So I think the future for Sanity is looking bright, and like you said, the tag team division on SmackDown Live is far and away better than Monday Night Raw. So nothing more to say. Dee Woods, and I give it to you.
Yeah, this is definitely the match of the night. I'm gonna shoot with a straight 4. These guys nailed it. They gave us exactly what all of us were wanting. A very high quality tag team match, and even though everybody makes fun of New Day because of their gimmick and everything, these guys got talent, and I'm going to go ahead and pop in here, wishing Kofi Kingston a happy birthday, since he had this match on his birthday, the show on his birthday. But very good showing from all 3 members of both teams. They knocked it out of the park. I mean, there's not much more I can say about that. Definitely set up the fact that New Day looks strong enough to take on the Bludgeons. Whether or not they come away with it, we all have to wait and see on that. But hey, at least we got a good show tonight on it, and we'll see what happens. So, Fletch, I toss it to you.
All right, and most importantly, I do agree with you guys. 4 stars, fight of the night. This was unbelievable. Great battle, great fight, great match. It's just the momentum, and Anthony alluded to it. The best tag team division in WWE today is definitely rocking Team Blue. No doubt about it. Not only that, but we also got to give the kudos to the WWE production for giving us one hell of a promotion for the video package throughout the night of Daniel Bryan and The Miz. We haven't even gotten into that, but we won't get into that until Friday night for the preview for SummerSlam. But they definitely were really killing it tonight. So now we go into something that happened that will have some repercussions going into Sunday pre-show Sunday night. Aiden English went one-on-one with Andrade Cien Almas. Andrade Cien Almas wins the match at 4 minutes and 39 seconds. I leave this open to you guys if you guys want to talk about it or not. I don't feel like we might, but it's up to you guys if you want or not. Bullock, do you?
Not here.
Not here?
Nope.
All right. So I guess we'll save it for Sunday night then. All right. So
Yep, it's a cutout.
very rare on this show, but it is indeed a cutout. This one won't be. Jeff Hardy one-on-one with Sheldon Benjamin. Jeff Hardy wins the match in 6 minutes and 44 seconds. And then Nakamura tried to pull the sneak attack. No. Jeff Hardy, let's just say he was ready for Shinsuke Nakamura. Twist of fate, Swanton, and all the while, Randy Orton's just sitting there watching the whole time, watching how Nakamura falls flat on his face for once. Oh my. This got very interesting, to say the very least. Michael Bullock, it's all yours. Hardy wins and got a little measure of revenge on the United States champ.
What was the time of the fall? I must have missed out on it.
6 minutes and 44 seconds.
I thought it was an okay match. I'll give it maybe about 1.5 stars. I mean, obviously you want to give Jeff Hardy some momentum going into his United States Championship match against Shinsuke Nakamura, and well, basically Nakamura came out and tried to one-up Jeff Hardy. No, that did not happen. Shinsuke gets hit with the twist of fate, and then a swanton bomb, and he reigns supreme. While, well, let's just say Fletch, a certain Viper, was lurking backstage. So interesting to see how that goes, but Jeff Hardy and Shinsuke Nakamura, can't wait to see how it goes down Sunday. So nothing more to say. Dee Woodson, it's yours.
What was your rating, Bullock?
1.5.
1.5. Yeah, I may go just a slight higher, but most of that is because of some of the stuff that happened after. So I'll go maybe 1 3/4. I don't know if anybody else caught it, but Jeff Hardy's contact came out during the end of this match. So when they cut to Nakamura coming out, he had to hurry and kind of slip it back in. But hey, it was a very well done match. But at the same time, the main reason they did this was to make him, like y'all said, make him look good before the show Sunday, and to give him a strong, something strong to go into, strong win behind him to go into this match. I think most of the stuff after the match was probably a lot better than the match. Of course, with already alluded to the Viper peeking around the curtain there on the stage to watch the whole thing. But Shinsuke, you had your number got by Jeff, so we'll see if you can retain this title on Sunday. So not much more I'm going to say about it. I'll toss it to Fletch.
I thought this was good for what it was worth. I mean, it was solid for where it was. Obviously, it's good to see that Jeff Hardy does get the upper hand here because for a number of weeks he's been getting basically the business. Let's just say it like that. And I'm happy that they did a nice thing there and solid. Definitely got me a little interested in the U.S. title fight. Unfortunately, as far as the between what better fight, the U.S. or the Intercontinental, unfortunately, I got to give it to Team Red. I got to give the Intercontinental the advantage because, especially after last night, I mean, you pull a lunatic out. So obviously now that piques the interest even more for that fight. Even though I think Hardy and Nakamura will be okay, I openly have to admit, at least in this situation, Team Red's got the better secondary title fight between Nakamura, between Ziggler and Seth Rollins over Nakamura and Jeff Hardy. I'm gonna be real honest, but yeah, 1.5. It was nice, but nothing too amazing. Anthony, go.
Solid 2. I'll give it a solid 2 for the match. I mean, it was a decent match, and I liked the post-match work with Nakamura and Orton. And yeah, Hardy and Nakamura should be a good bout at SummerSlam MF, but you just hit it on the head. You're absolutely spot on about it. I mean, when it comes to the secondary championships, the Intercontinental and the United States Heavyweight Championships, it's the Intercontinental. How can it not be? We know the chemistry that Rollins and Ziggler have going back to 2014 and 15. But man alive, I mean, their matches all their matches have been great, and they're going to steal the show again, especially with Dean Ambrose and Drew McIntyre out there. So yeah, definitely advantage Raw. I mean, you hit it on the head, MF. And yeah, it was an okay match, and it is what it is. So but on the bright side, it was a solid match. But on the bright side, me and Bullock, Bullock during our Raw chat, we got to see our favorite referee during this, Danilo Anfibio. So awesome, brilliant all around. So all I can say on that. So yes, Bullock.
I think you meant to say Smackdown chat.
Our Smackdown chat this evening. Yep, you're absolutely right. It's excitement. That's all there is to it. It's excitement. So
yeah, because you did kind of say Raw chat, but like you said, it is SummerSlam week. Come on, I think we could allow you a mulligan on this one, just one mulligan. So this is your only mulligan of the night, Florio.
Yep. There will be no more Dipsy Doo botcheroos on my end, but yes, during our Smackdown chat, Bullock and I enjoyed this match. It was a solid match. So I'll get more into it during our behind-the-scenes stuff after. So
very well. As a matter of fact, I might have a big announcement if you and Bullock want to do this, because you know what? Screw it. I'll say it right now. I'm not working on Sunday night. I'm off.
Really?
Really?
Wow. That's
holy smokes.
Okay. Florio, I know you've been talking about that you've always wanted it to do together. A SummerSlam commentary. Would you be interested in doing it Sunday night? Do some of the I know the main event. I don't know what about the main event, but what about the rest of the card? Would you be? I know it's gonna be long because we're talking almost maybe 4 to 5 hours.
Very, very possible. Yes, of course.
I'm down with that.
Definitely. I mean, that's very surprising, MF. I mean,
I know. Trust me, I was stunned when I found out, but it happened. The night of SummerSlam, I'm not working, and I don't have to work till 1 o'clock the next day.
noise.
It opens the door.
Oh boy.
And you've always talked about, we did a Royal Rumble together. We did a Survivor Series together. Would you be willing to run a 3-man right here on this channel for SummerSlam on Sunday night?
One condition.
Ah.
Even though this is Raw and SmackDown stuff, you know, you're a SmackDown guy, I'm a Raw guy in the whole 9 yards.
Got it.
We go old school for this. You do it all.
Okay.
That's how we've done it before. I mean, didn't we do that for Mania in our
We
mind?
did.
So yeah, I mean, forget, you know, Michael Cole, Tom Phillips, and all this. We're gonna go Gorilla Monsoon, me as Jesse Ventura / Bobby Heenan, and maybe Bullock as Roddy Piper.
All right. We'll do it.
Let's do it.
All right, guys. So we'll do this. We will work the figures out behind the scenes. We got to get the okay by Derek and the management. But if this does happen, keep your eyes peeled. You might get live commentary Sunday night of the 2018 SummerSlam.
Oh boy.
From the Barclays in Brooklyn. Now, obviously, we're not allowed to show any video, you know, obviously copyright infringement, and we don't want to get any strikes against us, especially what?
Do it like we're doing right now.
Yeah, we'll probably have to do it like this, audio podcast, but we will try to do play-by-play and give you our open thoughts of SummerSlam right then and there on Sunday night. So yeah, get ready, guys. History will be made Sunday night at the Barclays, and if we can hold it, if our internets will hold, guys are gonna get SummerSlam right before your very eyes. So definitely come on down either to Braves Fan 95 or to the Tone 25. We'll work all the particulars out. But get ready, folks. SummerSlam 2018 might be coming on this channel Sunday night. So we'll keep you posted, all right? All right.
Need more words to Booker T. I gotta let this out. I gotta get this off my chest. Oh my goodness.
It's gonna be good.
Good.
It could be a night to remember. So we'll like I said, we'll work it behind the scenes. We'll figure it out. Obviously, we need to get the okay from Derek and the producers. But if we do, we'll keep you guys posted. Who knows? We might even make the announcement on Friday night. You don't know. So we'll wait and see. All right, guys. So the main event of the evening was the promo segment done by AJ Styles, and Samoa Joe obviously interrupted. And oh boy, it went there. Here we go again. Joe goes in saying he had a letter, a note that was written by AJ's wife. This got good. This really got good. Who leads off?
I do.
It's Dee Woodson. All right. Dee, like if there was any more fuel to the fire for the WWE Championship fight, we got it. And then some. I'm sorry.
Then some.
I'm sorry, Anthony. When it comes to the world title fights, SmackDown got this one hands down. Dee, it's all yours, my love.
I'll agree with that one. Because they're trying to do last minute heat on Universal title, where this one has basically been building every week like it should be. And I hate to say it, what they've been doing with Paul Heyman, it just seems like a total bunch of games that they're playing. Where this is, I mean, this is solid. This has been solid from the minute they did the signing that Ellsworth interrupted to what we went through tonight. I mean, AJ is sitting here. He's saying, how his family's supporting him, how his wife wants him to not go crazy so that he can be focused enough to take care of Joe, just for Joe to come out and say, no, this is a pack of lies. I've got a letter here proving that this is a pack of lies. Reads it off, and you can read AJ's face through the whole thing. Because it was worded as if it wasn't his wife until the end. And so as it got closer to the end, you could tell, that AJ was starting to take it a little more seriously. At first, he took it kind of as a joke, but as the letter went on, it became more serious. And it's just this mind game that Joe is excellent at. I mean, if you've followed Joe's career through everywhere he's been, he is one of the masters, not only of submission holds, but of mind games. He will get in your head. He will find a way, even if it's the size of a pinhole, he will find a way to get through there, to get into your mind, to play with the mind, just to get you to this point, to where you're just so enraged or so emotionally drawn into it, like AJ is right now. Now he's fighting for his dignity. He's fighting for his family. He's fighting for his reputation as a family man. So yeah, this got personal. This went there. This got to that point to where, this is all or nothing. It is more than just the title now. This is reputations on the line here. So yeah, this is going to be a very, very good match. Me personally, I would hope this would be the main event, but I have a feeling we're going to have the Raw title as the main event Sunday. But it is what it is. We're not the ones writing the show. WWE is writing the show, and I can guarantee you, the four of us could probably put this in a better card than what WWE is actually going to present it to us at. So, hey, make sure, if you haven't already planned to watch Sunday night, make sure you watch Sunday night. If not for any other match, for this one, because this one right here is going to cement the show. This is the one where Fletch would say, shut up and take my money, because this is the match that's going to, if they do it just right, play the cards just right, this is the match that's going to steal the whole show. And I think we all have very high hopes for it. So, not much more I'm going to say about it. Fletch, I guess I'm tossing it back to you.
MF?
Fletch!
Hey, MF, are you there?
Hello?
Brandon? Oh, boy.
Yo, bro! Where are you?
I wonder if he's having an issue that I've infamously had on our show many times, and that is freezing. Maybe he froze. Who knows?
Yeah, I can't help but wonder if it froze up on him.
That's a possibility, so I'll toss it to you, Anthony, since Fletch is kind of lost in cyberspace.
I don't know where he is, but yeah, you want to talk about going there? They went there and then some. I mean, that was the segment of the night right there. I mean, yes. Oh, okay, we got him. All right, MF. Didi's all set. Your thoughts now.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. It kind of booted me off. I don't know what the heck. All right. So anyway, it, there's really nothing more that Dee Dee kind of said everything that she needed it to say right then and there. And there's really nothing else that I need to harp on. This was absolutely amazing. This was what we were talking about. This is what I mean, I said it once, I said it again. The rivalry between AJ Styles and Samoa Joe, it goes through the test of time, the wars, the battles from way back when, and now the explosion that we've seen in the last few weeks, how personal it got, how heated it's become, and now the culmination tonight. I mean, they could not have written anything better, to say the very least. SmackDown Live has nailed this one from beginning to end. Yeah, I know a lot of people are gonna say, "Oh, but AJ looked like a doof on this one," or whatever. But dude, the way the storyline broke out and the way that it was created, I can't say nothing better. This is unbelievable. What a way to end the show. I mean, going in red hot, coming out red hot. SmackDown Live, other than maybe one bad match, the whole night had an amazing go home show. Raw definitely put SmackDown feet to the fire, and SmackDown came right back and gave it right back to Raw and said, "All right, bang, there you go." That's how a show is supposed to be done. It's going to reflect on my overall review, definitely. Plus, we haven't even talked about the epicness of the video package between Daniel Bryan and The Miz, and how awesome and amazing that was. This whole SmackDown night was absolutely tremendous. I mean, nothing more to say. Segment of the night. Oh man. I mean, Joe and AJ, please just tear the house down at the Barclays on Sunday night. That's all I'm asking. If you tear the house down, then all this is worth it. So, Anthony Floyo, it's all yours.
Oh man, yeah, they went there and then some. I mean, wow, what a way to close it out. I mean, obviously we know it was just an angle. I mean, there's no way Wendy Styles would ever say anything like that in real life. Let's not kid ourselves. But still, I mean, it was a brilliant angle. It was well done. I mean, segment of the night, without a doubt. I mean, an overall solid segment to build to complete the final build to the title match, and Joe playing the mind games with AJ, really, really awesome. I loved it. I loved all that, and now it's on to the main event. Honestly, if it, in a perfect world, this would be the main event of SummerSlam right here. This is the match that really should be the main event of SummerSlam, but of course we all know it's not going to be. We all know it's going to be Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns. Let's not kid ourselves. They want to keep shoving that down our throats. But when it comes to the world title matches, I agree, MF. SmackDown Live has it here. I mean, yes, we've seen AJ and Joe in TNA, and as a matter of fact, the Impact Wrestling's YouTube channel released a video earlier today, chronicling the top 5 AJ and Joe matches in TNA history. And coming in at number 1, of course, no big surprise, the infamous Unbreakable 3-Way with Daniels. We all know that to this day, the greatest match in TNA history, 5-star classic. We all know that story by now, so park it there. But definitely check out that video if you want to, whet your appetite for SummerSlam. To see that match and the 4 other matches that they voted as their top 5 AJ and Joe matches in TNA history from their epicness there. So those matches were epic. This one's going to be epic. This is very likely going to be the fight of the night, unless another match surprises us, but you never know. So great way to close the show. A lot of people, A lot of people weren't really buying this segment. A lot of people said it was a flat way to close the show, but not us. We disagree with that wholeheartedly. So, man alive, what a way to close it out. So, Michael Bullock, come on in.
I mean, whoa. Like Fletcher said, Samoa Joe once again went there. He went there where nobody was supposed to go. I mean, with that letter from AJ's wife, or the supposed letter, and wow, I mean, like you said, when this whole thing started, it was red hot, and what a way to end it, red hot. And I got a feeling this is going to be far and away better than that Universal title match. I mean, it won't be the main event. I'm pretty sure about it, but and I'm going to be quite honest, guys. I think this is going to be your fight of the night here. And both of these guys here know AJ and Joe well from their Impact days, of course, having some of their matches there. And now I'll get to experience it for the first time, especially now that they're in the WWE. And I think it could be something really good. So we're just going to have to wait and find out. But a great way to close out this edition of Smackdown Live. So nothing more to say. So with that being said, Fletch, let's get on with our overall thoughts on our overall thoughts on this final Smackdown Live before SummerSlam.
I gotta say, going into this, I would have not been surprised with a 7, maybe a 7.5. This one went 7.5 to possibly 8. It was that good. It was that strong. It was that powerful. It left me saying, wow. And not many things do that. This show did. I'm amped up for SummerSlam Sunday night. SmackDown Live has done an unbelievable job of promoting almost all the matches that they wanted to promote. Yes, Lana and Rusev versus Andrade Cien Almas and Zelina Vega. Even though it's a pre-show fight, it got its fair share. The SmackDown Women's title got a great amount. The U.S. title got some good rub. Miz and Daniel Bryan, go out of your way to see this fight on Sunday night. AJ Styles and Samoa Joe WWE title fight, maybe a fight of the year candidate. So is Miz and Daniel. That could be a fight of the year candidate. You don't know. Those two matches alone, and even the tag team title fight with the New Day and the Bludgeons, that might be a decent fight. So, definitely higher marks. 8 out of 10. Anthony, go.
I got to be honest, MF. I wouldn't go quite that high, if I'm going to be real honest with you. There were 2 bad matches on the show. One of them was Almas and Aiden English. You forgot to mention that the Bludgeon Brothers squashed 3 Hammerneggers that went by the name of Team Triple Threat. Yeah, when I saw those guys, I was like Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 13. I'm still scared. Yeah, right. But nonetheless, those factor into my rating alone. Those count as cutouts, and if it wasn't for those two, little, low points, I probably would have agreed with the 8 out of 10. But I got to knock it down a peg. I'm going to give this just about the same rating as Raw last night, 7 to 7.5. Fight of the night definitely was New Day Insanity. That was a 3.5 to 4-star match. It was an overall very good match. Hot closing stretch. New Day getting momentum ahead of the title match. It was a ton of fun, but the only downside for that is Sanity had to take another loss there, but it is what it is. Second best fight was the women's match, 2.5 to 3. I was just about 2 3/4 to 3. I mean, that was a pretty good match, and there was that great twist of Becky refusing to tag in Charlotte and picking up the win to prove herself ahead of SummerSlam. And then Hardy and Benjamin, that was a 2.25, 2.5 star match at best. I mean, it was short, but it was okay as Jeff got momentum out of SummerSlam, and the closing segment was great. And then the opening segment, it was a solid segment to add to the build for that women's title match. And overall, it was a solid piece of business. Not quite as good as previous weeks. I know MF says it was an 8 out of 10. That's your opinion alone, MF. I'm just being the man who tells it like it is here. Those two meh fights. If it wasn't for that, I would have agreed. But I can't quite give it the 8 that you did. 7 though. I will give it a 7 though, because the show did stay focused on building the SummerSlam. The people that should have won, they won. But the must-see stuff, the video packages that they did, that 3-part video series of Daniel Bryan and The Miz, they were really amazing. Once again, hats off to the wonderful production team of WWE. I mean, they know what they're doing, and they did a really good job on those video packages. So, agree to disagree here. Yes, I agree it was a good show, but MF, 8 out of 10. I think that's a little overscoring, but I am going to give it a 7 out of 10. I got to say this was a bit of a draw. I mean, both Raw and SmackDown Live's go-home shows both delivered in some ways, but I'm going to be real honest. I don't know. I mean, I wanted to say that Raw was a smidgen better, but I don't know. I got to really think about this a little bit more, but it was even. That's all I can say about that. 8 out of 10, a little overscoring. 7 out of 10 for me. So, Bullock, come on in. Let's get your overall thoughts. Do you agree with MF's 8 out of 10, or do you agree with me and the 7 out of 10?
Yeah, actually, I'm going to meet you guys in the middle. I'm going to say about a 7.5 out of 10. I mean, I thought it was a good show. I mean, I'd have to say definitely both Raw and SmackDown Live really had good shows leading up to SummerSlam. So, yeah, I mean, there's really nothing more that needs to be said. The guys pretty much touched on everything. So, D.D. Whitson, I give it to you.
Okay, I'm going to judge this not just based on the matches, but I'm judging this with the storyline as well. So I'm going with Fletch on the 8 out of 10 because we nailed the storylines all the way through. Yeah, we had 2 clunkers. If you want to even call the Bludgeon Brothers a match, I would think that one would be a little bit more of a segment because the bell never rang. So technically, I would say there was only one really low match, and then that be your failing segment of the night. But yeah, I mean, it's even with the English match with Cien. I mean, that was basically not directly tied into storyline, but it was still bringing that storyline with Lana and Rusev and the two, all them up. And then, of course, they come out at the end to cement that as a storyline-based match. Like I said, I would think the only one that wasn't entirely storyline based would be the Bludgeon Brothers, and like I said, I wouldn't even call that a match because the bell never rang. I mean, as soon as they entered the ring, they destroyed the 3 guys. The jobbers that were out there, the local talent. This was a very high quality show. They did very, very well tonight, presenting everything. Fans maybe not got into certain things, or they might have not giving it, a lot of time to where you would not give it as high of a rating, or they're trying to protect, like in Jeff Hardy's case, trying to protect him so he would be prepared for the match Sunday night. But in the end, I mean, still, it was a very, very well done show, very storyline based, very much drawing you in. I mean, the biggest strong point on Raw was the fact that we have Dean Ambrose in the corner of Seth Rollins. SmackDown, the biggest things you have are the two that Fletch talked about, Miz and Daniel, and this segment that's going to lead into the match Sunday with Joe and AJ. And I've watched all those TNA matches with those guys. They know how to tear the house down. They know how to take care of business. I mean, how many times have you heard fans, even in WWE, that had followed TNA, chant "Joe's going to kill you"? I mean, it's there. So yeah, it's a very very good show. Um, both shows definitely making you want to see the pay-per-view, giving you, your low matches, giving you your high matches. But in the end, as long as they deliver with a good quality pay-per-view, because we all know usually NXT has the better pay-per-view over the main card. So we'll have to see how that plays out this time. But hey, kudos to them. And I will see you all, I guess, Friday night. Good night, guys.
All right, good night, Dee. All right, so we're gonna set things up now. Obviously, it is now time for the Mikey's mindset here, and we're gonna. There was a few things that I wanted it to address. Okay, first off, let's talk about. There was a few things that needed to be talked about. So, number one, I wanted it to get on about the Lucha Underground. Now, what happened was, like I said, I made a mistake on one thing and I didn't really go into full detail about something that happened on the show. And that is my mistake, and it is kind of a my bad. So it was basically one of those type of situations where I thought I covered all the grounds on it, and I actually didn't cover all the grounds on it. I made a mistake, and it was my bad on my end. So what happened was, during the fight between the Worldwide Underground, and the Reptile Tribe, as everybody knows, Worldwide Underground won, which meant Johnny Mundo got a wish from the Reptile Tribe. Now, the wish that he had was that he wanted Drago to be freed from the Reptile Tribe. Obviously, that wish was granted, and Drago and Aerostar, are probably going to be partners again. Talia went absolutely ballistic on Johnny Mundo. She went in on him and was pissed, like in tears. She was pissed at Johnny Mundo, saying, "That's your big wish? That's what you wanted it to do? You wanted it to free Drago so that he could be with Aerostar? What the hell is wrong with you, Johnny? Are you a freaking idiot or something?" Johnny has something bigger up his sleeve. There's nothing that he could have done with a wish that would do anything with Dahlia. He's like, unless you grant me a wish, one that only you can grant me, not from the reptile tribe. We kind of looked at each other like, what the hell are you thinking, Johnny Mundo? Well, he thought something crazy. Something really crazy. I don't think the fans at Lucha Underground, or I don't think none of the fans around the world were ready for this one. Johnny Mundo got an engagement ring, got down on bended knee, and asked Dahlia for marriage. Kind of did very a la Macho Man Randy Savage when he was doing it too. Kind of had me and Floria reminiscing about that infamous match made in heaven, the Superstars of Wrestling, which I believe was at the Arco Arena in Sacramento when that moment happened. Believe it or not. So yeah, he pulled the same thing, and she said yes. We got ourselves a wedding and a wedding date. We don't know when the wedding's gonna happen. Now I don't know if this was real life. We know they got married in real life. We know they got married for real. Is there gonna be a Lucha Underground wedding? Now that is a question that I can't answer because I don't know if they did a special wedding episode on Lucha Underground. We know they got married for real. They are husband and wife in real life. But we don't know if there is a confirmation about it, if something went down there. But we'll wait and see. So, that was the Lucha Underground tie-in. Next thing we had was, well, now I'm going to go and I'm going to set this baby up, which is the commemoration for RWA that goes down this Saturday night, live from the Chop Shop Part 2. And here is the official fight card, ladies and gentlemen. We got ourselves a Beat the Clock challenge. That's right, a Beat the Clock challenge. And the winners of the Beat the Clock challenge gets to fight the RWA Tag Team Champions, the Middlesex Express, at Fatal Impact in September. So first we got is Hot Coco. That is Justin Sylvia and Hot Shot Deshawn. They go up against the RWA Tag Team Champions, the Middlesex Express. Then we also got, now this is going to be a good match, the Detox. Ricky Medeiros and Jason Devine, they go up against the tag team of Chris Pyro and the Ace Mike Monteiro, also part of the Beat the Clock challenge. Also on the fight card, we also got is a tag team match. It's the Meta-Human Magic Show. Sean Leader and the Insane Dick Lane, and they go up against the tag team of King Leon the Sixth and Davey Cash. Plus, not part of the Beat the Clock challenge, but definitely a honor and a commemoration. As many of you guys know, Amanda Fox has made it very known that at the end of the year, she will be retiring from professional wrestling. So she will be fighting Demia, one-on-one, Amanda Fox and Demia, in what is being called Amanda Fox's farewell match in the Renegade Wrestling Alliance. Plus, there is rumors of a possible RWA Hype Championship fight. AJ Phoenix might get an RWA Hype Championship fight against the Riot, Kellen Thomas. Now, there is no confirmation yet from RWA management. There has not been a confirmation as of yet. However, we do need to find out if there is something, because AJ Phoenix, uh, basically AJ Phoenix went to Deanna on Fire and asked to, to help him out. Now, could that mean a title shot? Could that mean she takes AJ under the wing and maybe become a manager of him? Possibly bring him to the promised land someday? We don't know for sure, but whatever the case may be, this will be very interesting to watch. That's going to be going down Saturday night from the Chop Shop Part 2 in Pawtucket, Rhode Island, starting at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. My buddy Corey Lincor will be in attendance as always. And if there's any updates or anything we see next week, you'll get to hear it right here on this show. All right. So there is some other bits of news. I haven't talked about Anarchy in a long time from the SCF because of the fact that it looks like it's going on hiatus. Well, not so fast, my friends, because boy, it exploded behind the scenes. As you guys know, I am the backstage voice of Anarchy. So what happened not too long ago at the SCF offices, basically Carlos Mitchell, who is the general manager, well, the commissioner of it, basically he's been rumoring about some big announcements coming down the pipeline. Well, it exploded because after a while, Whitney Marlette, that's right, Whitney Marlette, the one of the owners, the principal owners of the SCF, berated Carlos Mitchell and wanted answers. Why the show wasn't going down, what is going on with the status of the company, and the whole 9 yards. She laid into him. She basically went billion-dollar bitch on him. Basically, a la Stephanie McMahon when she berates Kurt Angle on Monday Night Raw. Yeah, it was bad. So Carlos Mitchell has already made it very clear. He does have a general manager in mind. And as a matter of fact, he wanted me to personally announce this tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, the new general manager of Anarchy is none other than Danielle Hardy. Now, a lot of people are, wait a minute, what? Wait, who is she? She used to be the previous commissioner and one-time owner of TMWF. On top of that, she also has been in E-federations in WWER and many other federations around the world. She has been confirmed and will be the new general manager. And in September, right before the start of the NFL season, I believe it's going to be the first September in the first Friday in September, the brand new season of Anarchy will be launched, and we will have everything for you guys. One match I can confirm right now, Jade West versus Jason Stratus, no hold barred. All right, one other thing I want to get before we get on out of here. If you guys have Twitch, and yes, I'm talking about Twitch TV, go on to my friend TNT Jack 91 tomorrow night at 10 or 10:30 Eastern Time for a new episode of Dynamite Championship Wrestling, because DCW has become one of the more premier companies and very exciting. If you guys know the show, I gotta give a lot of credit to him. He does a great job. And the host is Chet, you betcha. There's a lot of great stuff going on because during last Saturday, a couple of Saturdays ago, we had the Jackpot Invitational Tournament, which was our version of the G1 Climax. Bronx Strowman won the tournament. $1.4 million went to his account. What the hell is he going to do with all that? I don't know. We're going to have to find out. Triple Crown Championship might be on the line. Of course, there's a Money in the Bank still out there to be captured. All the titles are going to be online, including the meme title. Oh, God, that meme title is such a hilarious title. 10 to 10:30 Eastern, TNT Jack 91 on Twitch TV. Check it out. It's a lot of fun, guys. You're going to have a good time with it. And as far as New Japan goes, congratulations to Hiroshi Tanahashi. He wins the G1 Climax 28, beating Kota Ibushi in the final. He now gets the shot at Kenny Omega January 4 at Wrestle Kingdom at the Tokyo Dome in Tokyo, Japan, for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship of the World. That is it. Nothing more to say. Anthony Floyo, come on in. Give us the rundown if you got it. Well, give us the rundown for Friday night and our very special preview of SummerSlam weekend.
One of our biggest shows of the year will take place this Friday night at 10:30 on the Tone 25 here on YouTube.com. I mean, it's going to be one hell of a show. I'll be here. MF will be here. Michael Bullock will be here. D.D. Woodson will be here. It's one of our biggest shows of the year. As this Friday night, it will not be strictly sports. It will be our special edition of the Wrestling Forum, joint production, if you will, of Ridiculously Raw and the Cerebral Smack Talk, where I will be running it. Of course, MF will have the recap, as you know. But here you go. Friday night at 10:30, we are going to preview NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 4, headlined by Tommaso Ciampa, Johnny Gargano, NXT Championship, Last Man Standing. Whew, man alive. We're going to have a lot to say about that. You better believe it. And then, of course, we will also preview the biggest party of the summer, the 31st annual SummerSlam. That'll all go down Friday night at 10:30. And then, of course, Sunday night, immediately following the event, hop on over to MF's channel, BraceFan95, as we will have our complete recap of SummerSlam. And then next Monday night, Ridiculously Raw. Next week's Cerebral Smack Talk, we'll sort out all the fallout from SummerSlam and get ready for the next pay-per-view next month, which is, of course, Hell in a Cell from San Antonio on September 16th. So get ready. Very exciting content coming up. The football shows are going to be coming back soon. So, friends, on this channel and BraceFan95, the Strictly Sports Wrestling Forum family of networks, you don't want to miss it because we're getting into crunch time. We're getting into crunch time, boys. It's crunch time. Get ready. Soldier up time, boys. That's all there is to say about that, because we're going to be busy about a month from now. For several months up until for the rest of the year, we're going to be busy. So we wouldn't have it any other way. So because all you wonderful fans damn sure deserve it. So until Friday night, Anthony Floyo here. Thumbs up. Talk to you later. Yeah, throw the Fortune 4 style. Bye for now, my friends. God bless. Be good to each other. Have a blessed rest of your week. See you Friday night. MF, wrap it up.
And that is it, guys. So for Friday night, for Anthony Floyo, for Michael Bullock, for D.D. Woodson, I'm Michael Fletcher. Have a good night, everybody, and so long for now. Bye-bye.